Yes, bless up people. This is Crisis, aka Blind Visionary, aka The Conduit, coming to you with an album review of Something Greater Than Myself by The Bad Seed. Now, first of all, Brooklyn, stand up. New York, stand up. Hip hop in general, stand up. This album right here is a celebration. This album right here is a breath of fresh air. This album is a demonstration of authenticity and how to make songs. Keyword here is songs. Because rapping over a beat with a chorus that is soulless or not really catchy or putting cuts on it doesn't always equate to a song. There is a strategy to making a song. And this brother right here, him in him pocket, him know himself, he knows his lane, and he's obviously striving towards outdoing himself, hence the album title. And it shows through and through. Like, production wise, it is somewhat minimal, but believe me when I tell you this, is minimal production that works and complements the MC who has a really solid, excellent ear for picking production. So everything just kind of works and falls into place. Now, out the gate, you was wondering, this album really is as dope as this brother saying, or him just, getting paid to do a review or something. Well, if anybody know me, they know that I'm jaded as hell, and I'm very harsh, and very is extremely difficult to impress me. I mean, even like stuff that most people think amazing, I'm like, all right. And even in a lot of cases, things that people praise, I don't like at all. So if I like something, I'm being genuine about it. And this album is a breath of fresh air on steroids. This album is supposed to remind New York that it is New York and it is not New Lanta or New Alabama or New Sus. It is New York, right? Through and through. It is also classic, unadulterated hip hop from the essence, but modern at the same time. You know how difficult that is to do? Whereas you can impress an old head like me, but also have the potential to appeal to the younger audience. Like, all that stuff is there, like real shit. And then most importantly, one of the things I noticed that made this album stand out to me is there's an intent. I mean, I could be wrong, but this is what I believe. This album was intentionally made to be performed live. And the reason I say that is because of the structure of how the hooks are laid and how they kind of don't really separate themselves from the chorus, whereas normally a person would put a ton of ad-libs on their chorus and they would pan the chorus and whatever. All the hooks on this album are just flat. And then you kind of wonder why at first, but then when you realize, say, yo, this is meant to be live. It clicks. And only that is like, I can kind of tell, say, yo, Seed wants to go rock a stage without a hype man. And that's just like raw, pure, and unadulterated him on the microphone straight through. And it works. And not only does it works very well. So overall, this album is firing on all cylinders and doesn't disappoint. If you're a fan of this thing we call hip hop, then there's absolutely no reason whatsoever that you shouldn't go out and buy this album. Don't just stream it. This is one of those projects that's actually worth taking out your money and buying. With so much out there, you don't owe anybody $1. It's up to the artist to earn the audience's dollar. And, Bad Seed earns your dollar and even a little tip on top of it. So support real shit. Now, the next segment of this review is me breaking down the songs track for track and just giving a brief, comment on each of them. Now, you must be wondering why I have earbuds in. Well, because somebody who can see can look at notes while they're doing the review. I can't do that. I have to listen to voiceover on my phone to listen to my notes. And just giving you a heads up, apologizing ahead of time to any producers whose names I either butcher when pronouncing or I don't read out at all. It's because my phone said it weird and I really don't want to go off the ledge with it. So again, apologies ahead of time. So without further ado, track breakdown. Let's go. All right. Album starts off with an intro from Tupac and DMX. And it kind of hints at, okay, there's a somewhat spiritual undertone that we're going to be experiencing here that probably wasn't as as present as before. Probably like before the last couple of projects, the most spiritual I think was Cold Day in Hell. So I was like, okay, this could go one of many ways. Let me not prejudge. And the album starts off with Bombs Over Saddam, produced by Jeff Freedom. And that's like big Timbaland kick down the door. Boom! This brother is saying, I'm there for me in business and decapitate some rotted people head. Verbally, of course. And the subject matter of this song is pretty current, pretty significant, and pretty true. This might piss off certain people, but it's because certain people kind of get rubbed the wrong way by the truth. But the hardest pills to swallow are the most significant and the most healthy. So yeah, nice opener. And if you like this song, you're going to completely love the rest of the album, because this sets a standard and it follows the standard and then it raises the standard and then it just keeps going and going and going. There are no fillers. So track 3 is Struggle First, and as minimal as this beat is, it works with what's going on. It's kind of like a continuation of the first song, but in a way it adds on to what was being said by kind of being a bit more laser focused on how things are in NY, and being laser focused on the fact that, okay, things might change their order as far as priority and things that happen, but at the end of the day, struggle first. And nobody is exempt to that. So, good song, good subject matter. And at one point, Homeboy said grandma and made it rhyme with Atlanta. That is very, very, very commendable. It might not even be this song. It might be the next song after that, which is Lawn Furniture, produced by Murder Megs. Big up to Murder Megs, and I have to speak on her for a second, because in my honest opinion, this woman's production reminds me of what it would sound like if Eric Sermon had a daughter who made beats. And then you have Seed coming in with him very, very comfortable arrogance on the mic, just, shit talking. These two complement each other, and hopefully we can get like a full length EP or album between the both of them in the future. So yeah, not a solid song. Something you're gonna be hearing me say through this entire interview. Sorry, it is what it is. I have to tell the truth. Anyway, 5, Skinny Biggie, produced by J.R. Swifts. Now this is shit talking. I got swag. I know who I am. I stand on my own too. Straight alpha shit. The straight you know, it's the equivalent of a Brooklyn dude popping them collar. So you know what you're getting with this song. Beat is dope. And yeah, skitty biggie baby baby. 6, sliding. Now I think like as of right now, oh, produced by The Future. Hope I never butcher your name. Um, yeah, this is my favorite song, beat wise. It sounds like, if something the beat miners did for Afura in the early 2000s, got a hold of some audible myth and just like ran it through the actual beat, and it came out with sliding's beat. Like that's what beat came out like. It's just dope. And then the lyrics complement the dopeness of the beat, solid hook, overall solid song from a solid album. Again, ongoing trend here. Solid, solid, solid. 7, Top Shelf. Now, it's produced by Nam Nitty. Now, this is a bold, bold claim, but a claim that can be backed up. Like, the talking is talking and the walking is walking on this album. And, you know, this is just stating that this brother is a top shelf MC who brings top shelf product, and is the audio equivalent of when you go hit up the weed man or go to the dispensary and you get some top shelf and you roll it up and it just hit really nice and just hit the spot and make you go, yeah, I needed that. Yeah, top shelf, definitely top shelf overall. 8, FAA and FO, Fuck Around and Find Out, produced by the Snow Goons. Now, if it didn't say produced by the Snow Goons, I wouldn't know that it was produced by the Snow Goons. This is not your typical Snow Goons production, but this album has a couple of songs that are single worthy, and this is one of them. Now, on one hand, I'm saying some shit social commentary wise, but on the other hand, I'm just basically saying, fuck around and find out. Simple as that. No complications. No more explanation. Dope, dope song. All right. 9, Adulting, produced by Take Notes. This is one of them songs where when a lot of people hear it, they're going to wish that they wrote it or they came up with it. On one hand, this is a subject that has been touched on before, but on the other hand, it's done in a way where Bad Seed alone can probably do it, and from an angle where Bad Seed alone can probably do it. And that is appreciated. And the whole premise and concept of the song is, what if the roles were reversed? Like, what if the kids became the ones who were responsible, had to pay all the bills, had to discipline us, had to, mentor us and all that. And what if we just were adults who were in the position that the kids are in? Very, very, very interesting stuff. And once again, excellent execution. Production fits what's being said perfectly. So, yeah. Oh, moving on. 10, Red and Meth. Not a favorite song on the album. And let me just start off by bigging up Tone Spliff and saying, very, very, very creative on your part, Brethren, as far as taking the intro to How High and making it do what you do with it. And Murder Megs on the production just further, solidifies what I said about her being possibly Eric Sermon's daughter. And also solidifies that these two need to do a project together. This is yet another video-worthy song off of, I don't think we said the album's solid at this point. It is titanium. It is beyond solid because I can't really say nothing really wrong with it. Like, real talk. 11, Grateful, produced by Nam Nitty. Now, this subject is a very touchy subject as far as being able to do it and sound genuine and sound like you're actually being grateful as opposed to you just saying something, for the sake of saying something that's been said a million times before and it doesn't really have any heart or any soul behind it. You can tell that this guy is very, very in tune with his faith, but he doesn't wear it on his sleeve and he doesn't try to force stamp people. And those are the people of faith that I respect the most, because I believe they're an honest and an authentic reflection and projection of what the concept of God is supposed to be, no matter what you think or believe that concept is. So he's real with his, and I can definitely respect that. He's grateful for his family, he's grateful for his blessings, and yeah, attitude with gratitude equals dope song that could have been a disaster if handled wrongly. So again, the consistency continues. 12, Chin Up Bar. No, all right, you said this song will start first. I said, oh wow, finally on the 12th song I find something that just all right that I probably won't like, because the beat was just kind of there. But then when Seed started rhyming and I realized the concept of the song, I was like, okay, I get it. This works. And the beat works perfectly with it. So, it comes back around to what I was saying. He has an impeccable ear for picking beats and knowing what to do with the beats that he picks. So that was dope. But I kind of have to point out still, the Joe Rogan sample at the end, sorry, bro. The liberals are not going to buy your record. In fact, they might cancel you. Damn snowflakes. Anyway, all seriousness though, not a dope song. I got lost in my notes. Give me 1 second. Okay. 13, Airborne. Okay, very, very, very. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, produced by Take Notes again. Take Notes from Team Demo. Definitely have something. In fact, all of Team Demo have something. Big ups to Team Demo. This song and this beat are something else. And subject matter wise, it's funny that this would drop when it dropped, considering the whole debacle with the Chinese balloon and them shooting down the balloon and people wondering if it's chemical warfare and all sorts of stuff in the air. Well, yeah, this kind of goes in tune with that. And it kind of focuses on New York, but, it can apply across the globe, and yeah, another one of my favorite songs on the album. Shit, the whole album is my favorite album. Or the whole, yeah, you know what I mean? Anyway, I digress. 14, Diddy Bop King. Produced by, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that name, Cuts by Tone Spliff. Now, this is another one of those songs that is just shit talking. I know who I am. I know I'm the shit. And you're going to like it, god damn it. And yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of maybe what it would be like if somehow Bad Seed ended up on Griselda. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. That's the vibe that song give me. And I see this having some sort of trend in the future with the whole Diddy Bop thing. And even a video again, like a couple of songs, that's the third song that's video worthy on here. So yeah, Diddy Bop, not a solid song. Sound like a damn parrot at this point. 15, Divine, produced by Take Notes. Now this is a very, very personal song as far as dude touching on his relationship with God, his spirituality, and his mortality. But I want to point out something. He bleeped out the cursing in the chorus, but then he left it in the beginning. His intention was he didn't want to be disrespectful to God, but God going to probably have a word with you for the beginning. So hopefully you're ready for that. But in all seriousness, though, the subject of this song, you know, is very, very, very relatable on a couple of levels in terms of, you know, being in your 40s and just not feeling the same way you used to feel, not looking the same way you used to look. You know, your loved ones getting older, and you know, you think these people gonna be here with you forever, and then you realize, look, like all of us were living beings fade, and like, you know, none of us are greater than God. Whatever you believe the concept of God to be or not to be, like, none of us is greater than that thing that's going to take us from here one of these days. You get what I'm saying? And it's like, dude spoke on his experience, his faith, how important it is to him, without being preachy and without being annoying. And I respect the hell out of him way more than I did before. Not just as an MC, but as a human being. Big up for that. And I think like this is the official last song on the cross-platform release, and there are 2 bonus songs on Bandcamp. The first one, track 16, is Water, produced by Nam Niddy. And this is the first song that actually has a non-Bad Seed hook. You know, it samples classic Audio 2 song and is, you know, typical Bad Seed shit talking, which is never a bad thing considering how epic and excellent Bad Seed shit talking is. And yeah, that's it. Not a dope song, especially for a bonus song. Final song, Hello Down There, produced by Team Demo. This is an interesting song, you know, because the beat sounds like something Pumpkinhead would rhyme over. And I know how important PH was and is to Bad Seed. So I think this is, you know, he can confirm this at some point, but this is obviously some sort of paying homage to the homie and making him know that, okay, he's been with him despite him going and transcending, and that's very, very, very touching and a kind of nice way to end what has been quite the audible ride. So yeah, that's the album breakdown, song by song, as my earbud just fell out of my ear. Perfect timing. You'd be doing yourself a favor and a half to go cop this album immediately. Tell anybody you know who love that real shit, cop this album. Support pure unadulterated hip-hop, and not only pure unadulterated hip-hop, pure unadulterated New York hip-hop that sounds like New York hip-hop. Can't stress that enough. This album, I know the album just come out today, and I know this word is overused like crazy, but this album is a classic. When him dropped his last album, Four Finger Ring, I said, yo, this album's solid and rotted, and there's no way I'm going to outdo this. Well, he just outdid it and then some. This is a straight three-peat. Big up to the Bad Seed. Big up to everybody involved. And big up to the fortunate people who are going to end up experiencing this album. I don't really have nothing else to say, but I have spoken. Enough respect. All right, what the fuck is it called? Oh, shit.
Stop recording video.